What's up, YouTube? Because Sunday evening here in the States, right before Thanksgiving week. We're probably just going to run through all the Forex pairs tonight, see if there's anything interesting setting up for this week. Hopefully, get into a trade or two sometime, maybe later tonight, Monday, or Monday night. Probably stay away from the markets after Tuesday, because it is Thanksgiving. Probably won't be back in the markets till after that. But let's just quickly run through the pairs. We'll skip those. Start with the US dollar, Mexican peso. Nothing too interesting here. Potentially, if this does retest retest the support turn resistance, if this holds and resumes down, probably an entry there. But right now, nothing yet. US dollar, Japanese yen. It's kind of consolidating around here, so we'll probably stay away for now. Same thing with the US dollar, Swiss franc. It's consolidating in the middle of the range. We'll stay away. Same thing right here. The US Canadian dollar as well. And then the New Zealand US dollar was a pair I was watching earlier. And it was coming up against this resistance right here. And it it's like a pretty decent resistance, decently strong resistance. 1, 2, 3. Last time, 3 times to touch it, it got rejected. So we'll see. It broke above it now. If it retests it and it resumes back up, we're definitely gonna look for an entry there. Now we just got to see whether that happens before or after Thanksgiving, or it might be a failed breakout, so it might not be a trade at all. But we'll put that on the watch list for the next couple days, and we'll see how that plays out. A New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen, consolidating right here. So unless it breaks above this resistance or breaks below this supports, I'm not really interested in taking any trades. Same thing with the New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc, unless it breaks above this resistance and then resumes back up, not interested in this. Same thing with this New Zealand dollar pair as well. Seems like most of the New Zealand dollar pairs are up against some type of resistance. Then now, if they all break the resistance and confirm as support, I guess we would have to decide which pairs we want to go into, or which one pair do we want to trade, do we want to take with. But as of right now, the only one that has anything developing is the New Zealand dollar, US dollar. Um, Next, the British pound pairs. The British pound pairs, US dollar, once again, we're coming up to resistance. Gotta see if it gets rejected by resistance or it breaks above it. That's something we'll probably look out for later on, but for now, still holding. British pound, Japanese yen, stuck in the middle, consolidating. Avoid British pound, New Zealand dollar. It's holding this trend line right here. I probably wouldn't take a trade onto the long side on this, just because it's spending an awfully lot of time down here. So I don't know which way it might go. So I'd rather not take the risk of going long on this. So we'll just stay away from that right now. Sort of drew these trend lines in here for the British pound, Swiss franc. Don't know how I feel about them. But obviously there's no real confirmation happening here. Still stuck in this large range. So for all we know, he could just come back up here and come back down. Might be something to look out for if it does come up back here to this level one more time, but we'll see. Nothing for this pair. Nothing for this pair. Euro US dollar pair. Nothing here unless we break above this resistance once again, or we break down below this trend line. I'm not really going to take a trade on it. Right here, US dollar, Japanese yen. Nothing too interesting happening there. Now the euro, British pound. I'm definitely going to look out for this over the next couple weeks. especially after Thanksgiving, as we're in a downtrend for the past basically 2 months or so. I want to see what happens once you get towards the end of here into this like this blue support line that I drawn. Typically, though, so when I draw the blue lines, they're really just like an extremely important level. As you can see, it's like it held as support all these times, and then probably held as resistance all these times. The only time it really that didn't hold was back in the crisis we had in March with the whole pandemic. Still going on, so something like that might happen again, but probably not. But once again, we'll just have to wait and see. So we'll wait and see once it gets down here, how it plays out. Euro, Swiss franc, nothing too much happening here. It's consolidating. We get a breakout and a retest at this level. I'll be probably be looking at a trade then, because it doesn't look like we had a successful breakout. It break out, it went back to retest and it failed. Didn't break out, didn't break out, broke out, failed, failed the retest, came back down. Huge candle here, went down to retest, never made a higher high, came back down. Same thing over here. So we get above this level, we get a successful retest and resumption. That'll be a trade we'll look to take. Euro Canadian dollar. Again, nothing too interesting here, just consolidating. Euro Australian dollar, kind of stuck in a range right now between these two levels. Hasn't really hit down here yet. We'll see where it reaches. Consolidating. Swiss franc, Japanese yen, consolidating around the trend line. Don't know if I want to take that trade, or there isn't a trade to be taken in the first place here anyway, so that'll be on the side. Let's change this to resistance. We'll watch it for later. Same thing here. Consolidation. Same thing here. Nothing too interesting happening. Australian dollar, US dollar. Same thing basically. Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar. Nothing too interesting happening here. Unless this is like, this might be a support or resistance level right here. But that's a stretch. Let me see. Yeah, it's kind of a stretch, but yep. We'll just hold out on this one too. Once it reaches this line right here, the support line, we'll see how it works out. Australian dollar, Japanese yen. Nothing too interesting once again. Australian dollar, Swiss franc. Nothing too crazy. Consolidating in this triangle pattern right here. Back in there. We might get a move, we might not. Not sure. Have to wait and see with that. Australian dollar, Canadian dollar. Back up around here. This might be another resistance level that we probably will have to draw in, especially if this gets rejected here. Where price had trouble last time. But other than that, there's really only one real pair that has any possibility, and that's New Zealand dollar, US dollar, of making any moves before Thanksgiving. But we'll see how that ends up playing out. Other than that, it's pretty much it for all the Forex pairs I had on mind. You guys are interested, you guys want me to post more often, daily analysis, weekly updates, and things like that, just leave it in the comments, hit the like button, let me know. I am only 3 months into Forex trading, so if you're interested in joining me on this journey to see how far I get, just let me know and I'll start posting more often. But other than that, that's pretty much it for the night.